So I'm dealing with my first set described with conditions that are inequalities here, and I was thinking I should talk about this one on a video because some interesting things happen. First of all, I'm going to try the new wording geometrically. The set, and I'm going to say is, and then give that geometric description. So let's see. In between, what did I do? Let's recap. The set of ordered sets of three numbers, of course, in R3, such that x is greater than or equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0, and z is equal to 0 is equal to the set of ordered triples x, y, 0, such that x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. Now I have the feeling that that is a plane because there's two directions I can move, but not the entirety of the xy plane, because we got these restrictions on x and y. Since I think it's like a plane, I'm going to call it P, so I can label it in a drawing later. And I say, is 1/4 of the xy plane, as drawn below. So this is 1/4 of the xy plane, and then I didn't feel very comfortable with that description because I know of a better way to describe it. I've seen this word quadrant before, and in particular in trigonometry class, I remember looking at the quadrants of the plane, but this is a plane inside of three-dimensional space, this xy plane, and I'm looking at just 1/4 of it, and I felt bad about just shading this part because it kind of leaves me anxious about whether or not I should deal with the stuff back there. I mean, where does my drawing end? Okay, so to make myself feel a little better, I said, okay, maybe I should put the xy plane not in the floor of a drawing, but as the back wall of a drawing. And so I started doing this, but then I thought to myself, hey, if I fill this in, then I'm being a little bit dishonest about where all these points live, because there should be a third axis. There should be a z direction. And so I should really include that, and also I should include the places where I am not shading things in. Okay. So this right here is P, that 1/4 of a plane, and I need to think for a second about where to put in the z-axis. So this right-hand rule thing says that our variables x, y, and z are in an order, and we should stick to that order. So you point your finger along the x-axis, your second finger along the y-axis, and then your thumb naturally points in the z direction. That's the right-hand rule. And the same thing needs to happen over here. I need to point my first finger in the direction of the x-axis, my second finger right there, my middle finger, in the y direction, and then my thumb will point in the z direction. Okay, good. So the z direction comes out like this. Z. And goes back like that. Okay, so I think maybe this is the better drawing because I'm able to indicate that this is not shaded in, this is not shaded in. I'm also able to indicate that the Z comes out. And you know what, to give it a little bit more 3D effect, I'll attach some harpoons there. You remember how your elementary algebra teacher told you, you have to put arrows to show the direction of increasing X, Y, and Z. Well, I don't always do that. I think it's not always helpful. But in this case, it's given me a little bit more of a 3D feel. So I'm putting it in. Hope that helps you too. Bye.